Yeah. Good looking out there. Yeah. Ha, it's Flav, you heard? It's Flav. Check it, I had to get what I earned. It's my turn. Welcome to the show. It's Trenton's Tavern. Yeah. Ha, that's how we doing it. Welcome to the show, y'all. Enjoy. YouTube, guess who's back? Yeah, you already know what it is. It's your boy, Mr. Parks. I'm in the building, man. Welcome to episode 3 of Trenton's Tavern. This joint is gonna be called, let me see what I want to talk about today. Oh, this one is gonna be called The World Around Me, quotations, anxiety. So in this episode, I'm going to be explaining to you guys how I realized and why I realized that I have anxiety. But before I do that, I just want to say once again, thank you for all of the support thus far. You know what I mean? It's been great and really overwhelming. And I just thank you guys for it. I need you to continue because it's going to be happening every week. It's going to be happening every single week. So I just need you to support me every single week. I need you to share. I need you to like. I need you to comment. You know what I mean? Let me know what you like. Let me know what you dislike. I'm even taking suggestions about stuff. You know what I mean? If you feel like you got something to say, I'm more than willing to help you get on this platform, use my platform to help you get your word out to the world, because that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So why would I be stingy with it? But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Just continue to support me. This is a joy to me, man. I love doing this. I freaking love doing it. And again, it's Monday night when I'm recording this and the football game is on. So if I get a little distracted, never mind it. You know what I mean? I'm just watching the Browns play the Jets. So, because you know I got to see what the competition about, because this ain't sports talk just yet, but you already know the Ravens is 2-0, and yeah, Ben Roethlisberger is out for the season. The Browns don't look too great to me. It's only week 2, you know what I mean? So I can't talk too much about it yet, but they don't look too great. Like, the Jets right now is on their 3rd string quarterback, and the score is 13-3. Like, and everybody is healthy for the Browns. I'm just saying. But whatever the case may be, we'll see. We'll figure that out when that time comes, because I think we played them in like 2 weeks. But we'll talk about that later. Never mind that. But yes, this is episode 3. Like I said, this is gonna be called The World Around Me, Anxiety. You know what I mean? Like, so with that being said, this is the topic of the day, and let's get into it straight up. So how I came about this situation is, actually, this was something that I wanted to talk about a long time ago on the Identical Opinion, but me and Uzia never really got a chance to delve into this one. You know what I mean? We got some of it, but we never got the chance to talk about it like individually or whatever. So now that's what I'm talking about. So what happened is, I was wondering, like, if I was one of those people that had anxiety, you know what I mean? Like, because I didn't understand, like, it kind of became a fad, you know what I mean? A lot of people like to say that they have anxiety, but if you ask them, like, well, what makes you have anxiety, or what causes this, or what are you doing to fix it, or whatever the case may be, it's no answers. It's something to make people feel sorry for you, which I'm not saying that about everybody, but a lot of people use it as a crutch. You know what I mean? To make people feel sorry for you. A lot of people use it as an excuse of doing something crazy, or, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people just use it as an excuse. And I think that's really disrespectful to the people that actually have it. You know what I mean? Like, and I know that it's a real life thing. Like, it is a real thing. And I was wondering, before I wanted to come out and tell anybody about me having it, I was wondering if I was one of the people that actually had it. So I had to sit back and think about some stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I had to sit back and think about, well, if I say that I have it, what is it, what in my world makes me feel like I have anxiety? You know what I mean? And I had to sit back and think about some stuff. So, let me chill before I get into that. Or while I talk about that, I forgot to set the mood. I got to set the mood real quick. All right, so yeah, I had to sit back and think about what was if I was gonna say that I had this, you know what I mean, what would be something that, you know, what would be the causes of me having anxiety? What would be the causes of me having anxiety, right? So I had to sit back and I had to think to myself, like, what in your life makes you feel like you have anxiety? Like, and one of the things I'm going to say is social media. That's one of the number one causes of anxiety in a lot of people's life. You know what I mean? Because you have so much pressure to be something that you're not. You know what I mean? That's why you have to know, one, who you are, and two, whose you are. Because if you don't, social media will get the best of you, and you won't even know that you're becoming a person that you never wanted to be, because you'll start doing certain things and you'll start talking a certain way and trying to recreate these lifestyles that you see everybody else doing, and before you know it, you'll be somebody else that and you'll be somebody else, and you'll have to turn around and be like, well, damn, like, when did I lose myself? You know what I mean? And by that time, it may be too late. That's why I think that you have to do everything with integrity. You know what I mean? Everything that you do has to be done with integrity, and you have to do it for your sake. And the reason I say that is because there's going to be people out there that's better than you, that look better than you, they dress better, you have more money, blah, blah, blah. But the one thing that stands out, the one thing about you, whoever watching this, the one thing about you that nobody else in this world has is you're you. So there is no other you. There can be a lot of people that look like you know what I mean, or that just like you're similar to, you got similar characteristics, similar traits, excuse me, but there's only one you in the world. That's why it's so important to have that's why it's so important to stay true to yourself and not try to imitate everything that you see on social media. But that social media is like if I didn't have to promote the show, you know what I mean, and keep up with some of my friends and family, I would totally get rid of it. And I know that's not normal for somebody like my age, but I really don't mess with social media like that. Like, I really don't want to be on it because it's become this thing that's like a drug now. Social media has become a drug instead of using it as a vice to keep in touch, or to, you know, to do whatever, to do whatever positive. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people do use their platforms for positivity and things of that sort, but there's a lot more people that's literally just sitting at home waiting to diminish somebody's life. And you've seen it through numerous people. You've seen it in numerous ways. So I think social media is one of the things that give me anxiety, and with that comes along the things that I see on social media. So one of the things that I was thinking about is like, and thank God it hasn't happened since the last time, as far as I know, but when Money went into the church and started shooting the church up, you know what I mean? Like, it's like out of all places in the world, out of every place in the world, the one place that I thought that I would be safe at and I would not have to worry about anything at is going to church worshiping. And it's not just church, because they were shooting up mosques and other places of worship too, like overseas. You know what I mean? So it's not just that. It's just a place of worship, period. Like, what is the world coming to when you can't go to your place of worship and be completely free to give honor to your God, or, you know, whoever you serve, whatever you serve? What, like, how do you go through life not, excuse me, how do you go through life knowing that it's possible that somebody can come in your church and shoot your church up? You know what I mean? Like, that makes me go so crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't, I've never understood. That still blows my mind to this day, that there's literally people out there willing to ruin every aspect of life. And I know there's a lot more that comes with that, like racism when it happened and all of that stuff. But that was another thing that raised my anxiety to like out of the roof. You know what I mean? Another thing too is like just social events, period. Like, when I go to the movies now, like, I try to schedule in my mind when I think it's going to be the least people there. You know what I mean? Because You can't go to the movies without the movie theater getting shot up. I think a movie theater just got shot up like last week or 2 weeks ago. It just wasn't on the news. You know what I mean? So now when I go to the movies, I have to schedule, like I try to plan in my mind, like, okay, I'm going Sunday night because I know people getting ready for work. So it'll be people there. It just won't be a lot of people. Like it'll be enough people for me to be able to watch and see what's going on. So I can't even enjoy my movie because I'm trying to figure out what the next person's move. And I'm talking about any type of movement. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, so the movies, and then that's another thing. It's just all social events. You know what I mean? Like Chris Brown is going to be here in Columbus this weekend. And how many times we've heard about concerts and festivals getting shot up? You know what I mean? Like how many times have we heard about people going into random stores, you know what I mean, and shooting random stores up? You know, like how many times have we just heard about senseless killing in places that people should be able to go to in peace? And I wouldn't really know a lot about it if I didn't have everything at my fingertips. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't watch the news. Because like Denzel said, if you watch the news, you misinformed. If you don't, what do you say? If you watch the news, you're miseducated or something like that. Oh, if you don't watch the news or you don't read the newspaper, you're not informed. But if you do watch the news or read the newspaper, you're misinformed. So it's like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. You know what I mean? It's like, what do I do? So I don't watch the news, and nobody ever said that the news was gonna be that they were gonna, like, it's gonna be all happy. But it's nothing but bad news on there. You know what I mean? It's nothing but negativity. And the life that I'm on right now, like my negativity level is like little to none. Like if I can even sense it, I'm kicking it out of my life. You know what I mean? So another thing too is like the whole like human trafficking and stuff like that. Like a lot of people don't even know about it because they don't look into it. You know what I mean? Like they don't really say it, but behind the scenes, human trafficking is $1 billion industry. Like there's some cities and there's some cities in this state. There's some cities in this country that are only built off of human trafficking. But you would never know. And I have sisters, I have nieces, I have female friends, you know what I mean? They have kids. So it's like, yo, like if they going somewhere, make sure like you have to check all safety precautions before they go anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, and at younger and younger ages, they have to have cell phone now. They have to have cell phones. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy to me. Because I heard a story a few months ago about a family in Cleveland, right? So they went to they was at the Cleveland Mall. And what happened is it was a mom and her daughter that was at the mall shopping. And they went to the food court to get something to eat before they left, right? So the mom was standing in line and the girl was like, you know, get me this, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. You know, this was in Cleveland, Ohio. She's like, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick and I'll be right back. And she's like, cool. So she goes to the bathroom and she gone like 5 minutes. She's gone like 10 minutes. And then her mom's starting to worry, like, all right, let me go see what's going on. So as she's getting up, going to the bathroom, there's two women carrying her daughter out. Like her daughter's like out of it. And they're carrying her daughter out on their shoulders. And the mom like, hold on, like what happened? Like what's going on? And the foreign girl's like, oh, nothing. This is just our friend. You know what I mean? This is just our friend. And we she got sick. She don't feel good. And the mom like, do I know you? And they like, no, you don't know us. This is our friend. She like, that's my daughter. So the ladies drop the girl and they start running. Like, so within 10 minutes, she went to the bathroom and she's been drugged, you know what I mean? Or knocked unconscious some type of way. And they was taking her out to take her like to human, like to sell her, just that fast. And the mom was 10 feet away. Like she was not right. Thank God she didn't have her back turned when they was taking her out, because her daughter would be gone. If that type of stuff don't give you like anxiety, like you're not a normal person. And it's not so much for myself, it's for everybody else around me. You know what I mean? Like I have brothers, and like David's the district manager of Little Caesars. You know what I mean? Like, so I have to, because he got to go to all of these stores. I pray don't nobody come in his store and rob him or try to rob them. You know what I mean? Jared work at Walmart. How many times have we heard people going to buy stuff at Walmart and just start shooting the store up? You know what I mean? My mom is a manager in the background at Giant Eagle. Eric works for a moving company. He's in and out of people's houses all the time. You know what I mean? Robbie, my best friend, is a police officer. You know what I mean? Like my friends and my family, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't understand how, like, Uzziah got a baby on the way right now. And God forbid that they get into an accident, you know what I mean, when they get in the car just to come to work or something. It's not even that far away, but these things happen. Like, these things people don't care about. People don't care about these things, and it just makes me like crazy. It makes me really crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and I never wanted to have it, you know what I mean? But like I said, I have parental anxiety, and I don't even got no kids. It's just for the simple fact that my little brothers and my nieces and nephews and stuff, like, they're out in this world every single day. And anything can happen to anybody because people are crazy. You know what I mean? But a lot of this stuff is from stuff that I see on social media, you know what I mean? And I hear about through word of mouth from other people that I just be like, yo, that could be my friend or my family member. And it makes me absolutely crazy. It's just not a good look for me. Like, because I want to just take all of my friends and family and I just want to put them in a house. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to keep them in a bubble, so I don't have to worry about nothing. But I know that that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So it's not many ways to deal with my anxiety. And it goes way deeper into that. But it's not just that, you know what I mean? Like, it has to do with a lot of unsteady stuff that's going on in the world. And the only way that I know how to deal with it is to stay prayed up and keep my faith in God, that when I say my prayers every day I wake up, that he's gonna protect all my friends and family, because I say specific names. You know what I mean? I'm specific in when I'm talking and things of that sort. So that's the only way really to deal with it, because I just feel like the world is getting worse and worse day by day. You know what I mean? But I love everybody in my life so much that it just, like, how do you go through, like, as a human, I don't want to, but there's no way that I can't not go through life just worrying about something happening to my family members and my friends and my loved ones. It's just because people are so crazy, and I've seen some of the craziest stuff. I've heard some of the craziest stuff. You know what I mean? People being abducted in plain sight, you know, people just like ruthlessly shooting people, you know what I mean? Hate acts, you know, like, and it's just disgusting, you know what I mean? As being an adult, I don't know who told anybody that being an adult was cool, because I remember when I used to be a kid, I used to be like, man, I can't wait till I grow up. But now I'm like, yo, can you take me back a few years and just let me stay there forever? Like, I wish I didn't have to deal with this stuff because I was so carefree, you know what I mean? But yeah, I do have anxiety, and like I said, the best way to deal with it is I just got to stay prayed up, man. I have to stay prayed up, because that's really all that I can do to try to at least contain it a little bit, I guess. But and I thank God that it's not to the point where I can't function in life. But I can see how people don't want to go outside and stuff like that because of it. I can 110% understand why people that deal with it really, like deal with it heavy. I can understand why they just stay in the crib, because I stay in the crib right now. Like, people call me a homebody because I'd rather be on my couch, you know what I mean? Unless I know I'm going somewhere for a fact where it's safe. You know what I mean? Like, and that's taking a gamble. Excuse me, that's taking a big gamble leaving the house then. So I don't know, man. I just had to get that off my chest, and you know, they say sometimes if you address the problem, it gets a little better. Tell the truth, shame the devil is what they say. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing. I'm just telling my truth. Like, I deal with it. I deal with it because I care about people. So all my friends and family, when you think I'm not praying for you, I am every single day. I promise you. I'm asking for protection every single day because I worry about y'all, man. And it's not so much because of what y'all can do. It's just the world, how the world is. It's just the way that the world is, and it makes me very, very, like, unstable. It makes me unstable in my thoughts and stuff like that. So if you are dealing with it, I would advise you, if you know, I don't know about people's religions and stuff like that, but I would advise you to get closer to God or whoever you serve, whatever you serve, and that'll help. And I strongly consider therapy. I strongly consider therapy. I know a lot of people think going to therapy is weak and blah blah blah, especially us as black men, you know what I mean? Like, we think it's weak, but it's actually therapeutic, and it helps out a lot. So I strongly consider doing that, because if you just let it fester, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And people deal with it to the 10th power. Like I said, mine isn't that bad, but I do have it. For other people in my life, it's not even so much me, because I feel like I can get out of any situation, which I know I'm not Superman, but I can handle myself in most situations. So it's not so much for me. It's just all my friends and family around me. I have anxiety because of them. Like, I love them so much, and the world just gives it to me. You know what I mean? Like, because I have the world at the palm of my hands, like in the palm of my hands. I can see everything. I hear stuff I don't want to hear. You know what I mean? I tried to avoid watching stuff that I don't really want to watch. You know what I mean? Like, that's really why I don't watch TV unless it's sports, because it's just a lot of negativity, man. It's a lot of negativity, and it's just weird. Like, the world is a weird place. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I got anxiety, and I'm working on it every day. I'm working on it to try to eliminate it as much as I can. So that was the topic of the day. Thank you. And with that being said, you know what time it is. Sports talk. Yeah. Hey, let's go. Sports talk. Hey, sports talk. Hey, sports talk. Hey, let's go. All right. Moving on to sports talk. So last weekend was full of great games. It was a lot of great games. It was a lot of great games. Michigan did not play last week, but this week they do play, and they have a big game coming up. So I'm going to start with the top 25 in college football. So we're going to start with SMU versus 25 TCU. I got TCU winning that by a landslide. Then we have Colorado versus number 24 Arizona State. Arizona State did me a justice, because they went in East Lansing and beat Michigan State. That's crazy how that game ended too. And yeah, that's crazy. I know the Michigan State fans was mad, because I was dying laughing, but they lost. That's hilarious. Then we got number 23 Cal versus Ole Miss. That game might be a little better than what people think it is, but I think Cal will pull it out close. Then we got number 22 Washington versus BYU. That game actually can turn into a shootout, and BYU actually can win that game, because they not no punks. And Washington, I don't know how great they are. They just always seem to be decent, but I think Washington will pull that one out. Then you got Old Dominion versus number 21 Virginia. I got VA winning that by a landslide. Then you got Air Force versus Boise State. Now, again, when Michigan struggled with Army, everybody was laughing at us, and I don't know why, because when you run that triple option offense, it's hard to beat them because they hold the ball for most of the game. And yeah, I don't know what was going on with us, but Air Force versus Boise State, Air Force actually could pull that game out. And I got Air Force in an upset against Boise State right there. Then we got number 19, Washington State versus UCLA. I got Washington State because, again, that's just one of the teams that just seem to be good every freaking year, and they just be so quiet with it, you know what I mean? Then you got number 18, Iowa, that's on a bye week. They are on a bye week, so they get to rest this week. Then you got number 17, Texas A&M versus number 8, Auburn. Okay, that game is going to be very, very interesting. Both of those teams are evenly matched. I have Texas A&M with the upset on Auburn, and I believe only because they have to go to Texas A&M. I could be wrong. But I do have Texas A&M beating them with like 3 seconds on the clock or something by like a field goal. That's going to be a good game, though. Then you got number 16, Oregon versus Stanford. I think Stanford's going to win this only because they've been getting jerked these last few weeks. And yeah, I think they're going to come back with some type of vengeance. But I got Stanford winning that. But I think Stanford's quarterback is hurt, so they might be on a second string, but I still got Stanford winning, whatever. Then you got number 15, UCF versus Pittsburgh. All right, so UCF, right? I don't know if they just legit or if the teams that they be playing just not that good, because they put it on Stanford last week. I mean, when I say they put it on Stanford, they was killing Stanford. And the team seems really legit. That's one of the other teams that could sneak up quietly as the season go on, because they haven't lost a game in like, and I was wrong because I had them losing to Stanford last week, but they haven't lost a game in like 200 plus days or something like that. And I don't know. That team is weird to me, but they keep winning. So I got UCF winning that. Then number 13, Penn State is on a bye week, and then there's 2 13s. There's no 14 this week. It's 2-13. Penn State and Wisconsin. And Wisconsin plays my boys. My boys. I forgot to put my statue up here today, but my boys. That game is going to be good, and it's going to be nerve-wracking. Just don't call me. Nobody say anything to me or anything like that. I'm going to be stressing at 12 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like on Saturday, I'm going to be stressing, and I already know I am, because I stress every game. I don't care who we play. I stress every game, and that's one of our biggest games this year. And I'm not saying we win by a landslide, but I do think we pull out the dub, because it's my boys, and I'm never gonna go against them. You heard me? So yeah, I got Michigan winning that by like 3. We'll see. Then number 12, versus Texas versus Oklahoma State. I got Texas winning that by a landslide. Then we go over to number 10, Utah versus USC. I got the Utes winning, because again, that's another dark horse team that can sneak into the playoffs because they're good and they're quiet with being good. So I would say if you're a college fan, watch football, watch out for Utah. Then we got Tennessee versus number 9, Florida. I got Florida winning that because Tennessee is the joke of college football right now. They got all of this talent and all of this stuff, and they just cannot find a way to win. I don't know what's going on down there. And Florida ain't even that great, but I got them winning this. And then the game of the week is number 7, Notre Dame versus number 3, Georgia. Now, I think Georgia's going to win because they go to Notre Dame, because they go to Georgia. But that game is going to be really good. That's the 7 o'clock game. Y'all know where I'm going to be, right on my couch watching that joint, because that game is going to be good. It's going to be better than what people think it is, but Georgia wins that by like 2 touchdowns. Then you have Miami, Ohio versus number 6, Ohio State. That's a blowout. Ohio State will beat them by 75. Oklahoma is number 5 on a bye week. Then you got number 4, LSU versus Vanderbilt. LSU wins that by a landslide. Then you have number 2, I think it's South Mississippi, or I don't know, Southern something versus Bama. Bama wins by a landslide. And then you have, last but not least, number 1 Clemson versus Charlotte. Clemson wins that by 100 points. And Clemson ain't probably, they're probably not going to lose another game for the rest of the season. They're not going to even have any type of competition until they get to the playoffs. So they on smooth sail. So from this point forward, Clemson wins everything by 100 points in my book. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just how that is. The Ravens won again. We beat the Cardinals 17-24 or 16-20, something like that. We won. That's all you need to know. And Lamar Jackson said, the critics asked Lamar Jackson, so what do you think about the people that said you couldn't throw? He said, I mean, it's not too bad for a running back, right? My boy he got 7 touchdowns in 2 games. Stop playing with him. Put some respect on our name, boy, because we still at the top of the division. Stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. This Sunday, we play the Chiefs, though. This Sunday, we play the Chiefs. That game is going to be really, really good. It's going to be really fun and entertaining because you got Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Kelsey versus Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews and Hollywood Brown, you know what I mean? And our defense is just nasty. Earl Thomas and the boys are going. I mean, it's going to be a fun-filled game, man. But y'all know who I got winning that, because ain't nobody touching the Ravens flock. You heard me? Stop playing with us, boy. Put some respect on our name, boy, because we do this out here. Lamar Jackson, the GOAT, taking over for the 99 2000. And girl, you're working with some oh, my bad. I started feeling it. But anyways, yeah, Ravens play Sunday. Michigan plays Saturday. I got both of my teams winning. Michigan, I'm a little iffy about, but I still got them winning. They're my boys. And Sunday, I got the Ravens winning by like 3 points, because last year when we played them, the game went back and forth and they ended up scoring at the last second and beating us by like a touchdown. But this year, we get our revenge. We get our revenge this year and we win. So that is sports talk. Thank you everybody for listening to that. And y'all know, for the third and final segment, this is cheers. This is cheers, guys. This is the time that I give you a drink, and I give you a drink to try out whenever you get a chance. I mostly try. I drink this stuff when I'm watching football, and I'm just chilling. And today I'm making a Fruit Loop. I haven't made this before, but I heard it's really good. I had it in the club before, like a long time ago, but I decided to make it today myself. So all of ingredients said was to get is this stuff, whatever that is. So you take some of this, right? Look, I feel like a bartender. Put one of them, 2 of those. All right, that's 3 shots. I put 3 shots of that in there, and I'm gonna take that out. And then I gotta open it. I got 3 olive loopy, right? 3 olive loopy, and I'm gonna open this junk. This better taste like a Fruit Loop. I was gonna buy the cereal because I've seen a lot of people put the cereal on there too, like to eat it while you drink this. But I ain't feel like buying it because I don't really like Fruit Loop cereal, because I just don't. So let me get this off. Open this drink, and it better be good too, because I don't even like fruity drinks. But I haven't had this in a minute, so I was like, you know what I mean? Let me just try to doctor this joint up myself. Let me just doctor this joint up myself, you heard? So I got that off. This smells like Fruit Loop cereal. All right. Put this joint in there again, and let's see. 1, 2. This looks potent, B. 3 of them Jones. All right. And I'm gonna mix it around with my finger. I should have got something to mix it, but Yo, this really tastes like a Fruit Loop. It's burning my chest. Yo, this tastes like a Fruit Loop, my G. Wow, well, there you have it, guys. This is a blue Fruit Loop, but it tastes like all of them, though. So I'm with it. I'm about to have a few of these while I finish watching the rest of this game. I probably put too much of that blue stuff in there. I won't put as much as that in there. I'll put more Fruit Loop or more 3 Olive in there. But this is the drink of the week. This is a Fruit Loop, and yeah, this is the end of the show. Thank you guys for watching. And as I send you off, just remember, whatever you do, just take a step back before you do anything in life. Just take a step back and ask yourself, is the risk worth the reward? It'll help you. It'll save you a lifetime of trouble. Trust me, it'll save you a lifetime of trouble. But until the next time, make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, comment, and share it. That's all I'm asking for. Until the next time, guys, thank you. We out.